Stages of the contract lifecycle are the evolutionary and compartmentalized contract processes, including pre-award and post-award contracting, that work together in cohesive contract management. The stages of the contract management lifecycle include the following: contract requests, contract authoring, contract negotiations, contract approvals, contract signatures, contract obligations, contract compliance, and contract renewals. Stage 1. Contract requests. This kickoff contract stage begins the contract lifecycle. In this stage, contract parties and stakeholders can express what they expect to get out of the contract. This first phase allows parties and stakeholders to gather crucial details associated with a new contract, an amendment, a renewal, etc. The contract request stage can set the stage for whether a contract enjoys efficient processing or is plagued by delays and bottlenecks. Stage 2. Contract authoring. Once contract parties have established and addressed contract requests, they have laid the foundation for contract authoring to begin, also known as the contract creation stage. This phase sees contract parties putting the terms and conditions of a contract into writing by amalgamating standard contract clauses, key dates, counterparty information, and other essential contract data. It is important to keep in mind who is entering a contract, which services are being offered, and which terms have been agreed upon. Pause. If you have any questions about CLM language, download our free glossary from the link below. Okay, back to the video. Stage 3. Contract negotiations. During the contract negotiation stage, arguably one of the most critical phases of the contract lifecycle, contract parties negotiate the framework of specifications drafted when creating contracts. After back and forth redlining and collaboration, agreed upon terms and conditions provide clear insight into the expectations of contract parties. Stage 4. Contract approvals. Once everyone involved is comfortable with the negotiations made, the contract goes through a second draft and is reviewed by the parties. Contract approvals should follow a general approval time as they bounce back and forth between both parties. How far along the chain of command the approval must navigate can influence the duration of the approval process. Once the parties are comfortable with the negotiations made, a final contract review is undergone by all involved stakeholders. Parameters are put in place to meet the compliance standards, obligations, key dates, milestones, and special terms of the contract. For a healthy contract approval cycle, contract parties should provide an up-to-date and easily accessible record of changes that have been made to the contract. As such, audit trails recorded by leading contract lifecycle management software prove essential for efficient contract lifecycle management. Stage 5. Contract signatures. After approvals, a chief employee or someone with signing authority can sign a contract. Contract lifecycle management software systems that offer user-friendly and robust electronic signature software can make it easier to sign contracts in the office or on the go, one-off or in bulk, in an increasingly mobile and digital landscape. Conversely, manual wet signatures are time-consuming and inefficient. Stage 6. Contract obligations. Once the contract has been executed, all parties acknowledge their predefined responsibilities, milestones, contract key dates, deliverables, payment windows, and any other specific contract obligations. When tracking contract obligations, you should track task assignment, task escalations to ensure timely task completion, obligation key dates, obligation milestones, task approvals, spend management, and more. As such, a one-stop centralized CLM system for handling contract obligation helps you avoid breaches of contract and other hazardous consequences. Stage 7. Contract compliance. This stage goes hand in hand with obligations. General and type-specific contract rules, guidelines, standards, regulations, laws, and practices, along with anything else noted within a contract, are to be complied with. Robust contract compliance management helps decrease late fees, litigation fees, and bottlenecks while helping lay a firm foundation for future contracts. Stage 8. Contract renewals. The last stage of the contract lifecycle can vary, depending on the type of contract. Contract renewal is applicable when the relationship between parties is beneficial, and the parties want to remain in contact to continue doing business with one another. Instead of needing to undergo all of the previously mentioned stages of a new agreement, parties are given the chance to revisit discounts, renegotiate terms, and engage in further opportunity realization more seamlessly, if stakeholders are equipped with leading-edge CLM solutions. Don't waste any more time with disparate contract lifecycle management processes. Streamline the stages of the contract lifecycle with CobbleStone Contract Insight. Or are you interested in learning more about the contract lifecycle process? Read our blog at cobblestonesoftware.com/blog.